Hey everyone, what is up, and welcome back to the Comics Lounge. This is where we will be talking all about Beyond the Panel presents Flash CGI Purposefully Bad. Buscemi has straight up come out and said that it was done on purpose, that he wanted it to look that way, and honestly, I cannot believe that he actually said that, because that brought out every single person in the CGI artist community to basically say that that's not the case. That's not the reason why it was bad. Yes, he might have wanted some sort of it to be that way, but that is not it at all. So stay tuned for the next hour or so, and we are going to talk all about this with some insiders, and as well of course, a Spider's Lair who's been working in the studios for years now. So stay tuned. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey,
Hello, everyone.
Greetings, everyone. What's up? How y'all doing?
Doing good. How about yourselves?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
How were your daddy days?
They were good.
You good?
You good?
Yeah.
All right. So how's your? So you had a good daddy day, Chris?
It was a good daddy day.
Spider's Lair, did your girlfriend call you daddy?
Well, that's every day, but that's besides the point.
Dude, you almost made me chuck my water. I was not expecting that response.
Hey, see, you asked for it.
Yes, you were.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
you were.
actually.
You definitely
I was expecting it from Chris, but not you, Spider's Lair.
Yeah, you know, I'm supposed to be the adult here. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm supposed to be the adult here.
Oh my god, we're all in trouble.
No, I think we're all in trouble from the start.
Oh my god. Oh, so I've been sorting like, oh, what you got there? Oh, VCW, baby. Uh-oh.
After waiting so long to pay for this,
Oh boy.
I was
How long did you pay for it?
The story behind this is I didn't actually pay for this. This was my birthday, Father's Day gift from my own dad.
Oh.
I've been waiting for a year now to see if this guy would bring down the price. This has been sitting at $250. Well worth it in my opinion, but sitting at $250 on eBay for a year. And it is the entire run.
Oh, let's see.
Of Superior
Spider-Man. Nice.
Damn, I always loved that cover.
And
the first issue.
This is such a slept-on cover.
I know.
Yeah, I love that cover.
So entire run. There's more in here. I will say I'm not a huge fan of the way they were shipped, because there's like no bubble wrap or anything like that. It's more just like tissue.
Some shippers have been shipping like this lately. It's been crazy. Like,
so
nice.
I mean, that's a lot of books for $250, and like there's some spine ticks and stuff. It's not
Wait, so
near mint.
You weren't willing to pay the $2.50 for all of those?
$250.
Oh, no, I know what you meant.
Yeah, it's like there's some spine ticks.
I see that.
Ooh,
Those
I can see that.
They're not they're not horrible.
Yeah.
But they are color breaking, and there is a couple.
I believe I have that. Let me see number 2. Is number 2 with Mary Jane on the cover with him? Like he should have his mask off. I have that entire one too. Yes,
yep.
I do. See, I know this.
Spider's Lair, what entire one don't you have?
Honestly, let's see. I don't have every Amazing Spider-Man, so if there's, I don't even know what the number is now, 9 something. So out of 9, let's say almost 950. I got about maybe, I'm gonna say 600. It's 50 to 700 out of the 950.
That's not bad.
Wait, do you collect anything else besides Spider-Man stuff?
Oh, of course.
I know you do. I know you do.
You kidding me? I got so many other comics. It's not even funny.
Wait, do you have a complete one? Do you have a complete one of Alpha Flight?
You know what? I know that I had it. I have that one too. I know that I had it at one time. And it's scattered right now. Of course, I cherry picked Deadpool right off the bat.
Yeah.
And Domino.
That's my goal right now, to get a full complete set of Alpha Flight.
Oh yeah, I'll work on that for you then, because as I'm organizing, I'm going through all my copies of stuff. So
Ooh.
I have
I'm just
plenty of
happy I
space.
have 2 number ones. I have a newsstand and a regular one.
What, an
That-
Alpha?
Yeah, of Alpha Flight.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
have like
see on screen.
a couple of number ones of that actually, and some. I got some newsstands, some regular. I have one of the CGC. I think it was 8.5, and I
Dang.
won that in a bid like last year for like $27. It was crazy. Like I just stole it off of eBay.
Mm. Wow.
I ran
Ooh.
away with that. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
look
yeah,
at
I
that
have this
cat.
whole freaking run. Yes, I know all these covers. I literally been. Matter of fact, let me see. Do I have
He's gonna
any
pull out
of
his
these
own
laying on the
collection.
floor? No, because I have
The all
some.
CGC 9.8s.
No. I mean, oh, and that's a good thing that you brought that up.
No,
So,
No,
I've been
all
talking about
10.0s. 10.0.
Yes,
So-
I've been talking about this. I think I'm gonna start doing CBCS, and I'm not doing CGC anymore. What do
Yeah,
you think about that?
I made the switch.
Oh, I got some badass covers here. You gotta see the stuff I got laying here.
Spies Layer, once you start your own comic book company, you should start doing slabs of your own.
I
The
definitely
spider
am.
slabs.
I definitely am. I'm gonna have my own label. I'm gonna call it the Spiders Lair Comics Lounge label. Not the Comics Lounge, but the Spiders Lair.
The Spiders Layer Lounge. It's like
Spiders Lair
it's
Lounge.
a long ass name.
So I plan to do my own label. But speaking of the book, I just wanted to say that the comic is 100% done.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Mr.
Are there any gorillas in there?
Ship it. No, but no gorillas were harmed in the making of the comic. I
You
can guarantee you
specious.
that. Yeah, you know. Listen, my comic is
You
about
wanted
aliens.
a gorilla
So
to be harmed?
you know.
No.
You know,
That there's no inclusion of gorillas. Sorry,
Listen.
that came out after he said
My
no.
comics are all alien. It's like being mad at being Indian in Avatar when they're blue aliens. I'm sorry.
No, you mean
I'm
Native
sorry.
American.
No, I mean they're not Indians whatsoever. Native American, whatever Indian, they're avatars. They're from freaking space. They're aliens. They're aliens.
Technically, we were the aliens in there. The humans were the aliens.
Right.
They were.
That's true.
We were
That's
illegal
true.
immigrants.
Right. We
Says
no,
the white dude.
No, we were the colonists. The
No, I'm kidding.
colonists. You know, the
We were
colonists.
illegal immigrants all the way from when we came out of Africa into Europe, all the way to when the Europeans came over. Like everyone's
Yeah.
an illegal immigrant in some aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually really true.
Absolutely. You know, I embrace all the cultures that I am. I took that DNA
Yep.
test, and when I did the map, I'll be honest, like
He was
I think the
100%
only-
spider.
yes, definitely. I always knew that spider
Earth
god.
42.
The entire freaking map was lit up except for Australia, and I was like, damn.
That's
Dang,
crazy.
you almost got
My people
Australian?
got around. My people got around. And my line begins with the Scandinavian. And I'm going to write a comic about that. I want to go back in time and destroy my Scandinavian line, thus stopping its entire madness.
Of your
which would be
of your
my
people
life.
getting around?
They got from Scandinavia all over the place. The only place that they get was Australia. I guess because Australia was so far away, but they got even the United States everywhere. I found out that I was.
Australia was probably too dangerous for them.
I found out like recently that I was about I don't know, a couple percentage I'm Native American Indian. So
That's cool.
this is really my country. And I was shocked with that because I was like, what? I'm Native American? I was like, this is crazy. Like these DNA tests are nuts. But then I keep getting from the Spanish side of my book, I keep getting like I got hundreds of thousands of second, third. I don't even read it anymore. I think the other day I got a notification. You got 97 new relatives. I was like, what the hell? No, how am I related to the entire world?
Watch, you're going to be related to Chris one of these days. You and Chris are
Dude,
actually
the amount of like
cousins.
fourth cousins and third cousins and second cousins and all that that it lists off is crazy.
But you gotta see it because it'll be like
What's up, Knight?
What's up, Knight? How you doing, brother?
What's up,
You gotta
Another
see-
Country?
It's like I get a bunch of like Hispanics and then like one Irish guy in there. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like there's like a 500 Hispanics and like one Irish guy.
Well, because
And I'm like,
the Irish.
you're part of my
Well, because the Irish were in Mexico for a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so we took the test right before our daughter was born, and I found out that I was like 3% Spanish. So
Yeah,
I
there you
then
go.
said to my wife, I was like, so now when our daughter's born, do I now tick the box that she's part Hispanic or
No, Hispanic is from Latin America, not Spanish descent.
Oh yeah, well, Spanish, yeah, but I have Latin
Spanish
American
is the
descent.
language, but for Spain, but Hispanic is mainly like Mexico downward.
so if you're from Spain, you're still European?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, yeah. If you're
Hispanic is
Spanish,
different.
you're European. Yeah, Spanish
Damn,
is.
Chris, I'm glad you didn't put it down. Oh my God, wait, hold on, don't tell me. Did you
Wait,
put
wait, wait.
Hispanic?
No,
Don't
I
tell me
didn't.
he teaches history. Don't tell me.
I don't
Okay.
teach history, but
All
I've
right,
all,
that's
I
like
teach
good.
history.
there's so much that's like in between. It's like, okay, why are we splitting hairs anymore? Like I had a student come up to me and they're like, "Well, I'm Hispanic." I was like, "Yeah, but that still makes you white. Like there's white Hispanic and there's white non-Hispanic and then there's black Hispanic and there's black non-Hispanic. Like that's a whole separate portion of that form that your family fills out."
Wait, so he's a
Like,
coconut?
what? I'm like,
No, no,
"Yes."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was offensive. That was messed up. I'm sorry.
Hey, you
well,
know.
well, there was no confusion when I was growing up. I come from biracial family, obviously multiracial. I mean, my parents are
Wait,
like.
so does he have a white? Is one of his parents white?
The student?
Yeah.
So both of his parents are white Hispanic. They are whiter than I am.
What does that mean by white Hispanic?
Meaning
So
they're not
like
dark skinned, they're not Afro Hispanic, they're not
they're of
you know,
European descent, but
yeah,
they were Europeans who banged some indigenous
Alex.
Hispanics.
It's like the Spaniards that are Mexican who have never mixed with the natives, but they're still
Yep.
Mexican. But they're
Yeah.
of the
I
Spanish
thought to go where
descent.
you're going for like white. I was like, what does that mean?
No, but that's what it means. It means
Yeah, I know what it
like,
means, but I was trying to get more details.
indigenous. It means mixing with the people indigenously. This is how you get Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans.
Yep.
Haitians are a little different because they mix with French.
Yeah.
And they mix with African. But
Yeah.
the mix is mostly Indian and Spanish. So this is how Latin America exists on this pedestal of greatness, because there are some Hispanics, or I like to call them the aristocratic Mexicans, because it usually seems to be the ones that are of very high class that will not mix with the people or didn't ever mix with them, but they are founding fathers of Mexico. So their family bloodline lives on, and they're legitimately Mexican. But
like the
if you look at them,
Aztecs,
they
the
look whiter than
Mayans,
you.
yeah.
Olmec.
No, but they're not from that
Yep.
line. They're not from the line of the Mayans. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure their families mixed in, but they still separate from that line. Because you can't even imagine you coming in there as a Christian society.
Oh yeah, and
you're
Oaxaca.
going up on the damn Mayan temple and you're seeing hearts and stuff, and people getting cut up and thrown off into a river. You're gonna be like, oh man, these people need Christ. That's what pretty much happened.
Yeah, no, technically the other people needed Christ.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The Mayans were doing just, the Aztecs were doing just well.
The Aztecs are doing well, but the Mayans.
Yes, Night Country. This is comics related because we're creating a comic book, and we're gonna have Chris right in the front.
Because
it's gonna be about it's gonna be about Hispanics, but we're gonna have Chris in the front cover. That's true colonization right there. And then the downfall of our empire.
But honestly, I could see somebody saying that.
Why you gotta pick on the white man?
Would be a colonization movie, and that these guys would be the Indians. But I just find it to be a hard stretch of the imagination that you reaching that far. Listen, people, it's okay to have emotions. Just please don't get fooled by them.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're men. Stay stoic always.
don't get too offended.
Yeah, I mean, like by the end of the day, it's like historically is labels to put people down. Initially, that's what we get. That's why you determine why you need to identify as this and that. It's so they could I can't speak today. Categorize you. So either way, if you're like going to be really that nitpicky about being categorized, I mean, yeah. Wait, it all started with me talking about gorillas. Oh yeah, that is true. Actually, yeah, that is true.
You see how gorillas take off, man? But what you're saying is true, because I agree with that in a lot of aspects. I just think like this, look, bottom line, especially what I'm doing with my comic, I don't give a damn about any of this ideology. Listen, It's about
See-
story. It's about story. It's about making a story that's entertaining. I don't give a damn about what your ideology is or who you want to sleep with or what you believe in or what God you pray to or, like, obviously you guys know who my gods are, so it's all good, but it's not important if you didn't.
Is it Noel?
Or in the case of Gwenpool, who you don't want to sleep with.
Wait, see how Chris is picking on the gorilla kind? I mean, this is first.
No,
This is evidence.
Gwenpool, that was not gorilla. I said
No.
Gwenpool.
I was talking about the all story about gorillas. That was a comment I was meant to say,
Oh.
but I was letting Spiders speak. No, but hold on. Yeah, we need timestamps in this episode, Chris.
I'm
We need
gonna
like
have to
90,
add 'em.
we need 90 seconds, and then trust me when I tell you, it still won't be enough. Because I ain't gonna stop. I'll do it to 93 just to be an ass.
Wait, so what about Gwenpool? What?
So Gwenpool was just put in a comic. I'm not sure which one, but it's been all over Instagram today. She's come out as asexual.
Why does
I
it
guess
matter?
she's always kind of been written that way, and that it's never been completely said. And the writer wanted to do someone Van Dyne. I think it's the daughter of Ant-Man and Hope.
Yeah, Nadia Van Dyne?
Nadia. Wanted to do that, but Marvel said with the movie coming out, we don't want to put her out as asexual. We want to pick a different character. So since Gwenpool, I guess, and it's hard to write Gwenpool. It's hard to write Deadpool. Like, let's be honest. It's a very different character to write. It's not someone that you would just get up and write. So I guess Gwenpool makes it a little bit harder to write her. And they came out in the comic that she was asexual and basically made most, or I don't even know if it's most, but a couple of different panels I've seen are her talking about being asexual, not wanting to sleep with anyone, not doing this, not doing that. And some kid posted it, and I literally commented, I said, how is this any different than Peter Parker going and sleeping with Mary Jane in a panel? Like, you're complaining that she's outright saying she doesn't want to sleep with anyone. Yeah. And then the opposite of that is someone going and sleeping with someone. Wolverine has over 20 girls that he's slept with in comics. So, like,
I mean, he's lived for a long time. I mean, that's bound to happen. I mean,
yes, but he's a ladies' man. Like,
yeah.
I was looking it up. I was like, who is the Marvel character that's been with the most women in the comics, period? And I guess Wolverine is well up there.
Yeah.
Wait. Is it with the most women or with the most mutant women?
I don't know.
See, that's what I want.
Peter Parker's only been with Silk, Mary
Black
Jane,
Cat,
Gwen, Black Cat.
And, well, I don't know if you ever screwed that other chick. She was dead in the comics early.
Silver Sable?
No,
did you ever hook up with her?
I mean, I would. I mean, I would.
The video game hinted at it.
Yeah, definitely.
So they made it a point to say that she was asexual?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I only ask because, like, what do you guys think? Like, is it like Disney trying to, or they're trying to be woke again, or do you think it's, or is it actually?
I think that
it pointed to the timeline.
Nah, I think they're trying to.
Because I was saying, you said that she was always written that way. I mean,
that's what I was seeing was people saying that she's been written similar.
Yeah, I mean, like,
not
then why
outwardly bring it asexual, but basically.
Then why make it outward? Then why make it noticeable? I mean, like,
exactly.
If it's written that way, people are getting the hint, and let it be. I mean, it's like, because it seems like nowadays, I have no problem with that. I'm saying, why doesn't it even make it known? I mean, like, if it's already written that way, I mean, like, you could write a character who's lesbian or gay without them explicitly saying it. It's like, it's shown through the light. I mean, it doesn't have to be opening like that way.
I'll put it to you like this. This will be the easiest way so we can do it so that all confusion can be left behind. I don't care either way. If it pertains to the story, then yes.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was getting at. Like, if it pertains to
that's what it comes down to. Yep. Because and for what Chris is telling me, it sounds like it does pertain to the story. So I can't say that they're doing anything that would be like, no, you're sticking to your lore. This is how she appeared to be. Asexual character.
All right, that's good. Because I was saying I just hope they don't put a label on her just to put a label on her.
I
but
don't-
It should be
I
with
don't-
the story.
No, but I think, like I said, this is not something that they're doing because they're trying to get clicks. I mean, if you're trying to get clicks, if you're trying to gauge people, you're gonna do all of this SEG woke LGBTQ
Yeah.
throw your stuff in there and see what comes out. This is something different because they want to see. Listen, Marvel, I keep explaining to you guys. Don't worry, we're gonna be working together soon. Trust me, and you guys are gonna work the way I'm telling you to because you guys are out of touch. It's real simple. Just give the people what they want. Good stories. You don't have to do anything complicated. There's no trying to. You guys are trying to go against the grain of your own customers. Listen, Budweiser. Learn from them. What do? They destroyed their entire company by going against the actual customer. So what you're doing is every time you write a woke comic, it's like taking it and slapping it in the face of people who actually care, put their money into it, pour their collection. They've been collecting my entire life.
Yeah.
I barely will not touch any of these new comics unless it's some Venom stuff or something that I know is unlimited cover, even though I'm not trying to chase those. But the industry itself is horrible. Horrible. I don't like how comics are made. I don't like how these variant covers are made and all. I'm not saying that you can't make them because even with my comic, I plan to make like my first comic's gonna be 1,000. They're gonna be like special covers, and it's just more or less to see how it does. And when I see that comic does good, then that's when I'm gonna start mass producing my comics for like a general price. But I'm probably gonna charge like $10 for a book though. But you're gonna get like a
He's
double-sided
gonna
cover.
charge us $50.
I said $10, my friend. What free shipping? But it'll be like one in a. You're gonna get like a book that's gonna be only 1,000 made. And what I'm gonna do is when I have the inside printed, I'm gonna leave like a line on whatever quote I leave on the inside, and every book's gonna have a line, and that line will be my etch line. That means I'm gonna number every single one of these things myself, from 1 to 1,000.
Well,
So at least you're getting an etched comic book.
One of them is going to be original quote from Spyro's Lair.
If
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Listen, it's
And
real
it's
simple.
like going to be. Wait, you guys seen The Office?
Look, it's
Remember
real
Michael
simple.
Scott? Do you remember Michael Scott? He quotes Wayne Gretzky, and then he puts that in quotations, and it's like quoted by Michael Scott.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Spyro's Lair. It's gonna be quoted by Wayne Gretzky, by Michael Scott, then quoted by Spyro's Lair.
Look, man, it comes down to this. Like, I'm gonna take every comic number from 1 to 1,000. I'm gonna charge $10 for each of them. If you want a signature from me, listen, I'm nobody. I'm gonna put like $5, $10 on my signature. That's it. I ship you the book, and I'm gonna have all kinds of great stuff going on with it. But the book is completed now. Now my next step is to go find a print and press company. I have contacted 1 or 2 online, and they sent me samples, so I can even pick like which texture of paper I want.
Ooh.
I'm just not sure if I should go use them or I want to walk into a professional place where I'm going to take my my original art and get it, like, I guess, high res scanned, which would be the best way to do it. And of course, I'm not sending these things off, so I gotta find a place where I could go. And here you go. Here's my stuff. Scan it now. Give it right back to me when you're done. And I'm walking out with my original stuff, and then let them make my comic.
That's cool.
But, yeah,
well, are you going to add extra staples into your binding?
Listen, I'm gonna do a special gorilla cover. Okay, it's gonna be a special gorilla cover, and it's gonna have 28 staples, and it's gonna have a banana on the cover. So
is it gonna be acetate cover with the banana going over the original cover?
It's gonna be Banana Gate. We're gonna call it Banana Gate. No, I mean like I may make for myself.
Could you fit 28? I'm trying to do the
Oh,
math.
she's actually doing the math.
I'm at 10 and I'm half the book.
No. You go over. You double staple it.
You gotta when you get the
No. You do it all around so you won't open the book. You don't open the book at all.
You take 28 staples. Yeah, you just staple the whole book.
Yeah, you staple the whole book. You won't even open it. You can't even tell what it is, and then it comes back as a gem mint, a 10.
That is going to be
It comes like a 20.5.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
shit. No, it's a 28 since it's 28 staples. 28.
For those of you not getting the joke, go watch the last episode after this one because we talked all about Bry's Comics getting back. What was it, like 25 9.9s and 10s in
Yeah.
50 books that he sent to CGC?
Yeah,
Um,
buddy. That's like
so-
winning the lottery 27,000 times.
Wait, so
Right.
for all of our 3 to 4 followers who watch the show, go back. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure more people watch it. We love
The
you
last
guys.
episode got like 400 views.
Oh
so-
shit, really?
We're getting up there.
Most of the views were about 2 to 3 minutes long. So, I mean, who knows what they saw in that 2 to 3 minutes, but still,
It's
they
all
clicked.
good.
I hope
Hey,
it's nothing embarrassing.
Listen, it's all good. Come back whenever you're
Um,
ready.
Wait, was it
You
Marvel?
always be here.
Did Marvel look at us?
I
maybe.
hope so.
Yeah.
my
So going back to the Gwenpool thing real quick.
Oh yeah,
this
that's right.
is
From
from
we got
the comic.
off track.
I don't think this one is. Whoops.
No. Oh,
It's your girl,
Oh.
asexual icon. That doesn't look like the artwork from the comic.
can you lower your brightness a little bit?
Yep. Whoop.
Thank you. Oh.
There you go.
So that doesn't look like the artwork from the comic.
That looks
but
like fan art.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the actual comic, it looks like this.
Oh boy. There you
And
go, shits.
It says, I recently had a major epiphany. I'm asexual and aromantic, so I decided to be the ace icon of the Marvel Universe. And look at me, I'm in a Pride comic. So again, pure Marvel, or pure Gwenpool fashion, I should say.
Yeah, she's being quirky in a place where
Exactly.
You know, she's not supposed
And
to
then it goes on to say, of course, being an icon comes with responsibilities, like being out and proud so that readers feel seen and respected. So again, very simplistic, very Gwenpool, break the fourth wall, ask nothing.
I like that.
Horrible.
I like the way they did that.
be. Also,
And
you know why I
then,
did that? Because it is Pride Month. So
Wait,
break
yeah,
the
did they do this
Yeah.
for Pride Month?
and
Sweet.
finding others to team up with because one person can't represent a whole spectrum. Besides, an icon like me needs heroes too. Seeing my own experiences reflected would have saved me from extremely awkward situations. So again, showing representation, not in a distasteful way, in my opinion.
Wait, is this comic already out?
I believe so. And then lastly, I'm just saying Nadia Ace Force has a nice ring to it. And then she replies, Gwen, I appreciate the thought, but I already have a team. So like joking around instead of X Force coming up with Ace Force. So again, it's done very tastefully.
Wait, is this in her own comic or is this in another comic?
This was done in, I think it says in the post. Marvel Unlimited.
Oh damn! I think that's the issue I forgot to pick up. Because I
So
didn't pick up.
I mean, after reading through it and then rereading through it just now, honestly, it's more tasteful the second time reading it through because I feel like they did it the way that Gwenpool would do it. It's not like, hey, I'm the asexual icon. Here you go, kids. It's, hey, this is who I am. I'm going to break the fourth wall and show off who I am. Like that screams a Deadpool Gwenpool style. And I could deal with a couple panels of you coming out with your sexuality. I don't really give a shit. Do what you got to do. Be who you got to be. That's perfectly fine by me.
Yes.
And
Oh, you know, I got something to say.
Oh damn! There's also a comic book. So I just saw this. That's about the first gorilla in space. Damn it! I forgot to pick that one up too.
Oh man, poor
of course,
guy.
there's a book about gorillas coming out this week.
It already came out.
Oh,
I need to go back tomorrow and pick that up.
so
Okay.
last thing I want to say
yeah.
real quick, Spider's Lair,
Yeah.
is I feel like asexuality is the one sexuality that I don't care about as much because basically it just means you aren't attracted to people, which, hey, do you. Like, if you're not attracted to anyone,
No, you
don't
are
be
attracted to
them.
you are attracted to them, but you're not sexually attracted to them.
Okay.
That's the asexual.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
if you don't want to have sex with people, by all means, you don't need to have sex with anyone.
I think that's for like
bottom line.
anyone. If you
Well,
don't want to have sex with anyone, I think that's for everyone. You don't have to.
I don't know. I just feel like this kind of conversation in comics, I don't know if it's really necessary. I mean,
I don't
I
disagree
mean,
with that.
I don't know if it was something that was necessary, then I would be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But I don't see this being a necessity. Like, okay, reading Spider-Man, I knew that he had a couple of girls. Peter Parker was a player, no doubt. But nobody ever really focused on that. It was more or less about him and his struggles with his own personal demons, the mistakes that he made.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't about, oh, look, Peter Parker is a player. He's a playboy. Look, he's a heterosexual man. They didn't push that down your throat. And I feel like this is the problem, is that sexuality, like, okay, especially when it comes to comics, you understand, like, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds are reading this, and they may not get what it really means to have pride, or what this all. It's almost the same exact thing of what they're trying to fight in schools about, putting these weird books in there that don't belong. Sexual conversations of children under the age of 12 do not belong in the schools. I don't care what anybody says. We
Don't
pay
disagree at all.
taxes. We pay taxes. You work for us. And if you don't want to do your job, hey, listen, if I had kids right now in school and I didn't like the situation of what things were, I'm highly educated. I would have kept them home. I would have got a teacher salary, and I would have never let my kids be taught by something that I wouldn't want to have learned. When I was going to school back then, we learned 3 things: reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's it. That's it. Some history here, some social studies, some meteorology, things that were important.
Wait, you learned meteorology?
Of course, I was learning meteorology when I was in like the 7th grade.
Oh.
I was learning photography when I was in the 5th grade. I was
Lucky.
learning things that you're supposed to learn in school.
I didn't learn meteorology.
I learned meteorology. I learned all kinds of sciences. I was in wood shop, metal shop. I was doing everything. I was just like living my life as a kid, learning. I like to learn different things, But this sexual conversations we didn't start having until like I guess the 8th grade, and pretty much all we ever talked about back then was HIV. Unfortunately, it was big back then, and it was just like something that really made a lot of kids abstain. If anything, I saw a whole entire generation of kids my age were like, I'm not having sex right now. They all wanted to bang each other, but they're like, no, AIDS, I don't know, I don't want to die, So nobody knew back then. So I just grew up in a different time where the only time we ever really talked about sex was during sex education, and it was more or less about AIDS. That's what we were learning about, unfortunately.
Because that was during your time.
But you needed to learn about that, But I'm saying now, like, you go to school and it's like, oh, you're reading a comic. Like, okay, even though this was mentioned in school, these were not being drawn into comics or anything like that, because still you have to understand, comics are a medium, meaning from a very young age to an old person. That's the age group of comics. That's the medium. You have to be careful the messages you're sending, because you can't just think about the adults. You got to think about the children that could be reading this too, and you got to think about yourself. Like, if you're the person who's conveying the message, ask yourself honestly, put yourself in that position, and if you were in that position as a young person, do you see the problem with putting something like that out? And you're not doing it intentionally, and I get what you're doing. So if you are gearing this towards adults, then by all means, I say yes. The only problem I have is that these are comic books. It's the only problem I have. And we already know what happens with comic books. Comic books go from all ages. And you see, this is another piece that you're getting by and nobody's talking about. But I'm going to talk about it because, like I said, when I was a kid, I didn't see these things in comics. They weren't in comics at all. There was no hidden messages. If anything, comics really taught us back then about morality, about being a good citizen, about being a superhero in your own right, like to step up. If you see somebody in trouble, help out. That's the messages I was learning in comics, and trust me, you guys know my life, believe me. I mean, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I was in the army, and it made me a soldier. It made me, like, comics, like, really, from the time I was younger, everything I did in my life up until this point, even writing my comics, my whole life is based around comics, but not just around comics. The morality that I was learning as a child in comics that I don't see being here right now. It's a confused mess of ideology that is something that is already hard enough to deal with because the majority of people, I'm not a professional psychiatrist, but a lot of this is gender dysmorphia. And
Yes.
it's being and what people don't understand is that when you start a treatment like any kind of hormonal treatment, that's a lifetime treatment. You have to get shots every week. You got to understand a lot of things are done in this country because of this. It's about money.
Yep.
And I just don't want to and I don't have a problem with any of those that want to trans or anything. That's not what we're talking about. It's not about that. What I'm saying is that if something happens in the life of a child, they're introduced to something when they're younger, we don't know the outcome of that. Leave kids out of this. Let the kids be kids. When they become older, or even better yet, they become curious. You know? But I just find it strange if you look at the news lately, you see all these families, they got all these trans kids. They're like, oh, my kid now wants to be a girl. My kid wants to be a boy. It's like, and this is like what people like, oh, the government shouldn't be in my business. I agree with that. But also, there is, there are people who have a mental disorder. And I'm not saying that this is everybody. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the majority of people who suffer from this gender dysmorphia, and I have people in my family who suffer from it, so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. Anybody can't tell me anything. I have a nephew who transitioned into a woman, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I have no problem with what my nephew wanted to do. She wants to be called a she, that's fine. That's her business. She was an adult at least. She did it when she was older. She was an adult. No one was indoctrinating her when she was younger. I knew that when it was my nephew that he was going to be gay. I already knew this, and I was fine with that. And I was like, look, he acts this way. It's okay. This is his nature. Decided you wanted to trans. Okay, that's your business. That's fine. That was an adult thing. But even as an adult, you have to be careful. Just because you're a young adult doesn't mean you can't be, look, this is how I felt, and this is what I did. This is how people get sucked in and related to, oh, wait, yeah, maybe. This is how, this could be me as well. Like I said, adults are one thing, but when it comes to comics and kids, you gotta, like, you have kids, so you're gonna be giving your kid a comic, and you gotta be careful what you're giving them. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
I could give your kids all my old comics, which will be worth a fortune, and you probably won't let them have it. But I could give them.
No, Chris will just keep them for himself.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
When they're older.
You keep them, for when they're older.
Not even. He'll probably
when they
still
can
hold
appreciate
on to
them. No, I'd give it to them. If they were gifted something, like if they were gifted, God forbid, someone was just like, you know what? Here's ASM 1. This is for Easton. Here it is. Like, this is for whatever he wants to do with it when he turns 21. I'd be like, okay, sounds good. When he
that
turns
old?
21,
Not even 18?
No, because then he'd sell it.
No, you gotta wait till he's 21, man.
Could you imagine giving an 18-year-old a mint copy, even a normal copy of ASM 1? Like, let's say
they'll spend it.
That's $50,000.
No, wait till
I
after
didn't know what $50,000 was at 25.
Wait after he goes to college.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when he goes off to college, if he wants to use that to pay for college, shit, I'll give him $50,000 for it.
do you take it for yourself?
Yeah.
Like, here's $50,000.
Here's the college fund I've been saving up for you, kid. Take it. I'll take the ASM 1. We're good. Even trade.
You get it back when you get the
Parenting 101, guys.
There you go.
You're rich already. You don't need this one back. Oh, I found it. Oh my god. I think I was holding on it on the floor.
But yeah, I mean, there's things about it where I'm like, you know what? As long as people aren't trying to indoctrinate kids into this, because that's just grooming. Like, we need to stop saying that we can't groom kids and then say, oh, but you can do this. You can allow a 10, 11, 12-year-old to decide what they are. And it's like, no. You can't. Like, you're grooming the kid to make him or her believe what you think they want to be. And it's like, my son came to me today after he saw his cousin with earrings. And he goes, can I get earrings? And I was like, I mean, you could when you're older, but that's up to you. I'm not piercing your ears. I don't, boys usually don't get their ears pierced. That's usually what girls do. And he goes, okay. And that was the end of the conversation.
What you should have told him was this. This is how I would
Like-
have did it. You should have told him just like this. You want to wear a dress? What was the lipstick on? Come on, let's go. Imagine that. You start dressing him up. He likes to play earrings.
His sister's gotten nail polish before, and he's said to my wife's cousin does daycare for him, and he said to her, like, can I have some on? And the first time I picked him up with nail polish on, she's like, hey, I just want to let you know I put nail polish on him. I didn't ask your permission first. Rachel said you'd be fine with it. I was like, I don't care. He's 4. And that, right, actually at the time he was 3. I was like, he's 3. He doesn't care or know that girls get nail polish and boys don't get nail polish. He just wanted to look like his sister because he thought it was cool. I don't really care. Like, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
But again, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you put nail polish on, you want to be a girl, buddy? You want to be a girl? You want to be a girl, buddy? Do you want to be a girl? Because like that is messed up.
Right, and that's the problem, is that you have people who entertain exactly what you just said. You see how we're rational people, we understand. Like, look, you're a little kid, you do stupid things, who cares? If you put on some lipstick, it's all good. No one
I put
cares.
on lipstick when I was 4 and put on a dress because I was like, shit, let's play dress up. Who gives a crap? I walked into my grandmother's closet, started putting on clothes. I put on some men clothes, some women, some of her clothes, some of my grandfather's clothes. Took out the eyelash curler, was playing around with that, and poked myself in the eye.
Kid, yeah.
Like, I was just fucking around. I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and no one sat there and tried to indoctrinate me into being a girl. Yeah.
Imagine that. Somebody would be like, Chris, you could become Christine. And then we would have a different comics lounge. We would have a hormonal outrage. No children, Christine here, talking about how happy she is in her own skin. Oh my God. Look, like I said, I know people who've done this, and I don't give a shit what you want to do as an adult. That's cool. Like I said, it's all about the children at this point. There's no place for this in school. I mean, there's no place for this. They have like I always used to tell us to people, they're like, no, you just imagine this drag queen shows, drag hour, like there's what the fuck? What? I ask any of you guys, no matter what you believe, any of you guys here, can you imagine taking your child to a drag show?
Nope. Been to one before. It was funny as hell, but I would not take my child there.
But
yeah, I thought those were only for adults.
Well, this is the problem they're having, because you gotta understand. Okay, it's kind of like a First Amendment thing. You understand? I have the right to sit with kids and tell a story. I'm not doing anything wrong, and it's in front of adults. The problem is that, okay, there's parents who are going along with it, and there's other parents who do not go along with this program. And I don't blame them, because at the end of the day, look, if you want to expose your children to this, I mean, I just will say to you, like, to me, that's abuse, because that's a show like that, children do not belong in at any age. You don't belong there. You might as well just take them to a strip club. It's the same thing almost. It's just disgusting.
Alex, I'll send you a video of what it looked like. It was pretty messed up.
I mean, like the movie Bros, it did so horrible, right? Now, I never watched it because I heard like the scenes in it. I had a guy who was working on the film, and he told me pretty much on, how disgusting. He said that I guess they had like an orgy scene. He said it was so freaking gross. It was so disgusting. Like, they were urging these guys, like, yo, like, we get it, it's a gay movie, but this is like, they guys were saying to them, this was too gay, like, this is over the top. And they're like, no, people are gonna get this, it's gonna be funny. And apparently, I guess the rest of the straight society didn't get what the joke was. And that movie bombed. And I like when they bomb like that, because first of all, they'll blame the fans. Oh, you're a homophobe, this is why I didn't do good. No, it has nothing to do with being a phobe of any kind. It has to do with the fact that you try to do a joke, and it didn't resonate well with people who are not from the homosexual world. Like, I'm not a homosexual, so I don't know what would be funny in that world. Like, there's a slang, a lingo. Any place you ever worked, any group of people you ever hung out with, any institution you ever been around, any people, have their own code of slang. And it's the same thing.
Yes.
It's like you're trying to teach us a lingo about a culture that we have no idea about. And so you're going to watch this. No straight person's going to watch that. No straight man's going to take his girlfriend to see that. Your girlfriend will look at you like, "Are you okay, honey? Are you okay? Are you trying to tell me something?" And you're going to be like, "I didn't know this movie was like this." Not saying that happened. I'm just saying. Those are possibilities. These are the scenarios you must think about. But what happened to the Flash, man? Because oh my god.
Yeah,
So
I was about to
anyway,
say. I think we veered our course.
We're
After an
45 minutes
hour?
off track right now.
it's all good because we got another 14
going it.
hours to go. So it's all
Oh,
good.
what? 14? Wait, that's like
No,
a
okay.
charity show
I've
right
got a
there.
graduation to be at tomorrow for my little cousin who's graduating, so I
Congratulations,
can't be
little
up for
cuz.
14 hours.
I need
No,
to
that's
get.
all
I've
I
got
have a.
maybe half an hour left in me, if that.
I have to get up and eat breakfast tomorrow, so I kind of
So,
want pancakes.
I'm
So
going
I
to
need to get up
say
for
15
those.
minutes, so that way it will be a half hour.
Okay, so I
Because
just
if you
want
said
to
a
say.
half hour, it's going to be an hour after
No,
the
no,
fact.
I swear I can keep
We're going to be
track.
here at midnight, and Spider is going to be still telling us
but
about the Flash.
see,
Well, at midnight it'll be 10 o'clock for me.
See, that's the
So
damn
I will still have 2 hours left to go.
Alex cutting me off all the time. That's why it takes an hour, man.
This is like The Office, where he quits, and Pam's like, "You're in the right building, you're in the right room, with the right people, and go."
I'm sorry, Spider's Lair.
It's all good. I had got a text from someone who does marketing on Warner Brother products. Let's just say, oh, we already know that the Flash is not gonna make a profit. It's definitely not making a profit. Plus, the rumor is, and remember, you put it, Chris, you're gonna make this a short later. I'm gonna do this for you because when the story breaks a month later, we're gonna go back to this and talk about it in time. Ready? Go. So now, here's the rumor. Not only is it not going to make a profit, which everybody knows that, but it will be the fastest movie to go to Max. It's going there by, what they're saying right now, mid-July.
That's what I just heard.
Ah, see,
Dang.
confirmed.
Yep.
Mid-July. Listen to that. Mid-July.
So
this movie just came out, and it's going on HBO Max, or whatever they call it now, Max.
Yeah, Max.
Just Max.
Yeah, they call it Max now. It's going on Max mid-July. Not even a month. It's a disaster. This is the worst. It's beyond the worst case scenario at this point. You're talking about a movie that had to make at least 700,000 just to break even.
Million.
No, I mean 700 million. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
700,000. Yeah.
Was it 700,000? Dang, okay.
It's been 700,000.
700 million.
Any movie could break that.
We could break that right now. We just made 70 grand. Look, somebody donated it right there.
Wait, you made 700,000 grand? I haven't seen a penny of that.
Don't worry, we'll send you all the paperwork. We're gonna send you what's called the Andrew Tate tax paperwork. You're gonna get everything you need. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? Why the Andrew Tate? What?
The Andrew Tate tax documents. Everything's gonna come. It will be all explained what you gotta sign. You'll get your money. Don't worry.
How'd you guys know my address?
Don't worry about it. We took your passport already.
I don't have a passport.
It doesn't matter. You're a species
That's
of
'cause we
gorilla,
have
so we own you. We have your papers.
Wait, what did you say, Chris?
I said that's because we have it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We don't groom people. We groom gorillas.
So far.
So I thought you guys were just cleaning me. So the whole time I was being groomed. You guys stole my identity.
We
did it the Ezra Miller way. Too soon?
We indoctrinated you. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Was that too soon?
Yeah.
What? What's too
We
soon?
did it the Ezra Miller way.
Oh, damn. Okay.
We groomed you.
Anyways,
yes,
Spider Layer is blaming everyone else. Nice to caught you.
Only thing we haven't done is choke slammed you, but he didn't choke
fine.
slam a gorilla, so.
We call it though because we try to keep everything with equity. If we're gonna do it to you, it will be a gorilla slam.
So
Just
as
to
of
get that
right
straight.
now, the Flash has made 139 million worldwide,
Oh my god, that's it.
and that's
it.
a weekend.
Oh.
That's
this
pathetic.
is worse than, like, it's crazy. First
It
you
might
have
leave theaters making less than it budgeted.
Listen, Black Adam, which was the first failure, is the biggest grossing movie out of the last three freaking released. He had the top spot, and Flash was the lowest, and now you had Shazam was the lowest, and now it's Flash. Who's next? Whoever has a movie coming out this year, don't put it out this year. 2025, trust me, give me a something.
Yeah, Blue Beetle is supposed to come out.
Oh, it's gonna be done. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not this year.
I can't believe that that so many people said that this movie was the best superhero movie they've ever seen.
Oh,
like
James,
I still have yet to see it in theaters, so like no major spoilers yet.
Yeah, I need to see
I don't
it.
give a shit, but like if you want to spoil it, I really don't care at this point.
Please don't spoil it. I care.
I won't spoil it. I will tell you this much though.
Chris doesn't speak for everyone.
I'm not trying to speak for everyone. I'm just saying. Like,
I know. I'm messing.
I've gotten to the point where I'm like, does this movie really matter at all to anyone anymore? Because clearly DC fans want to be all up in arms online, and then no one shows up to the theater.
Yeah. So I went in an empty theater, of course. And I
he
probably
bought out. He probably bought out the theater.
I thought I was early. No, I remember, like, I went to the theater, and, they got these kiosks where you can choose what seat
you thought he was in the wrong theater.
And I was like, the whole entire map, and I was looking at my fiance, I was like, let's get one, like, right in the middle, just because it's probably going to fill up. Oh, and it never filled up. It was just me and her, so I was enjoying, like, an entire freaking Flash movie with no one in there. I got to scream as loud as I wanted. And I'm going to be honest, the movie wasn't bad. I won't say it was the greatest movie I ever seen, but if I was to have made this movie, I would have took out a couple of scenes. The scenes, all the Batmans, I would have left. I would have just took Ezra Miller, made him a small character. I would have called this movie Batman Beyond or Beyonds, like, Batman Multiverse, whatever. Batman Beyonds, because I'm telling you right now, Batman, to me, and everybody says this, it doesn't matter. If you see it, you'll understand what I'm saying, and you'll agree with. And a lot of people said the same thing. The nostalgia part for Batman was worth. That was like the only reason why I showed up to that movie is because of Michael Keaton Batman. I told you he was gonna do a kick-ass job, and he did an amazing job. The things I didn't like about it was there were fight scenes that he did not belong in. It's like putting Spider-Man in the middle of a freaking aerial fight. Like, what the hell? Okay, Batman can fly, he can glide down, but that's about it. Now you throw Spider-Man to some shit like that, there's nothing he can do. What can he do? Wait to something and hope not to fall? Like, you took Batman out of his element. I understand that there's a battle scene and stuff. I just wouldn't have wrote the movie the way they did at that point because.
But Batman wouldn't take himself out of his element. That completely destroys the character.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Batman builds battles to be in his element so he wins them.
Right. So he just shows up with the Justice League figuring, whoa, want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm like, let's get nuts.
And that was the dumbest fucking line in the world. That was in the trailers. That's how stupid it was. Any line like that that's in a trailer shows you that that's the best they've got.
But you know where that line comes from originally, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I think they were going for, like the old fogies that would know where that line came from. It didn't make no sense how they did it. I laughed so hard because it was both nostalgic and corny at the same time. I was like,
Wait, where does it come from? I don't think I know.
Okay, when he's sitting there with Jack Napier and he's with Vicky Vale, he's worried that Jack Napier, the Joker, is gonna shoot Vicky Vale. So he starts talking shit to him, and he pretty much tells him, "You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts." And that's when
that's right. Yeah.
He tells him, "Tell me."
I know.
That's what the devil by the pale moonlight. That's where that comes from. So that's right. So if you watch the original one, or you know that would be funny to you. But at the same time, when he says it, you're like, "Oh, come on, man, come on! You solved all the crime in Gotham. That means you're a genius. There's no crime no more. So go be tactful. You don't have to be going out there with the freaking bat. You have beings that can fly, beings that can run to the exact location in a matter of a second. Why the hell does Barry Allen need to be sitting on a Batwing?
Yep.
is not his mentor. Because, there was a backstory to this that I did like. They follow the backstory about how Batman trained Flash. Now, this is very important because what people don't understand is, in the New 52s, Batman was training Flash how to hit. And he was teaching him that, because you gotta understand, Barry Allen couldn't even touch anything. He was too fast. Then when he would touch things to try to save them, he can absolutely almost obliterate your molecules. He's going too fast. He vibrates right through you. Even when he doesn't intend to phase. Just touches somebody in that space, can unphase them. But he wanted to learn how to use his power to rescue the people he needs to, but yet defend himself when he has to. So Batman taught him a technique of how to use his punch in such a high velocity punch. It's such a high speed. It's like getting punched with the speed of light. This is what his punches are like now. And trust me when I tell you, he still can't be Superman, no matter what. There's nothing you can do. This is the fastest being right now. And that's another thing I did like about the movie. It did settle one thing that I always had a theory about, which I was always correct about. There's no one in the universe faster than the Flash. There's nothing faster than the Flash. Not Superman, nothing. Nothing can move faster than the Flash. He moves beyond time, space. He moves beyond... I liked those parts, but when they were doing them, they overdid it. And it was getting too confusing. And I get that you're trying to loop it. And I didn't believe that Ezra Miller would have been an actual good character to play this kind of loopy, kind of crazy, psychotic shit to keep up with. You need a crazy person to play this crazy part. And he actually did fit the part well. I'm going to say if I had to grade it like a 1 to 10, I would give it about a 6.5 to 7. It had potential to be great. I could see why people are annoyed with Barry Allen version of The Flash. But the whole Ezra Miller thing didn't help either. The fact that they used the excuse that, we got no writers, we can't go on press tour. No. They would keep him away. They didn't want him to say anything crazy. Hello, I'm Ezra Miller, the Mad Goose Wizard. I love that kid. I say let the freaks fly. Listen, let your freak flag fly. Who cares? He committed felonies. It's all good. Listen, you don't even know, like, the concessions they had to make these felonies go. I can't believe it. Like, it's like, I'm telling you, you're rich in this country, you got it made. Doesn't matter who you are. You can
and then the fact that people were defending Ezra Miller, saying, well, he did it. It was his buddy's house that he stole it from, and his buddies just didn't know it. I was like, come the fuck on. That doesn't make it any better.
If you broke into my house and took my Amazing Spider-Man #1 I have hidden somewhere in the lair, I come find you.
Spider's like, are you like Liam Neeson now?
Yes, I have a set of skills you don't want to ever fucking find out about.
See that, everyone? We got the next Liam Neeson, next Taken movie written and everything.
Trust me, the comic will be coming for
written.
that too.
He's gonna act it out, and it's gonna be a documentary.
I'm gonna act it out.
It's all improvised.
That's it. And I'm even gonna do the voice.
It's produced by the Spider's Lair.
Listen, you got ChatGPT. I'll do
produced, directed, voice. Acted.
Voiced by Liam Neeson. ChatGPT.
He's gonna be a one-man show.
And
it's brought to you by the Comics Lounge.
There you go.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, man. So like this Flash is like. So I'll be honest. Like, I think it's not gonna make money. But I think it's going to do well on HBO Max for sure. I think it's Max, whatever the fuck they call it. It's good.
Because people won't be supporting Ezra Miller directly. They'll be supporting HBO. They'll be supporting Max.
Well, like I said, it sucks that the things that he did before the movie and the time that really sucks, because then it puts you in an awkward position that you want to enjoy something, but then you're like, I feel like an asshole if I enjoy this because he's such an asshole person. This is why I tell everybody, take all your personal feelings out of everything. Take your personal feelings out of it. The way everybody says, go by what you like. And then I would be honest. I'm telling people, even though it bombed, I don't think that you will be disappointed. It's an all-right movie. It's not the greatest movie. So James Gunn, not for nothing, but we see each other next time. We gotta have a talk about this, buddy, because you told me that this was the best thing you had ever seen in your life. You lied.
Please record that conversation if you do get to see him and talk to him about it.
Yes. Tell him the Comics Lounge says hi.
I would get sued.
Please do.
I would get sued so bad.
I would love to meet that man.
Put
I
him
would
on our
love to meet
show.
that man and just pick his brain
Well,
about Guardians and stuff. Like,
I was told
amazing.
Listen, I was told to sit in a big meeting with a bunch of execs, and he was like, on conference, and pretty much said, "This is the best superhero movie he's ever seen in his life." And everybody was like, "Shut up, bullshit." You'll see when you see it. You'll see the depths. I can see why he would think that. I can see why he would think that. But remember one thing that because the way that the Flash was set up and how Barry Allen's backstory is, it has layers. However, it's too chaotic.
Wait, all the layers spidery?
No.
Dang it, I was waiting for that
No, if
line.
they were, then it would be a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been a 25 out of 100. Who cares? It would have been a 25 out of 10. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, 25 out of 100 is not good. I was like, damn, that's not good at all.
Damn, Alex, why you gotta be so fast? I changed the number. That's it.
Yeah, no, but you first said 25 out of 100. I was like, dude, that's
25
way.
out of 10.
Listen, I didn't say that. I don't care if you got it recorded and you rewind it back. That was ChatGPT, not me. Do you see my lips moving? Do you?
Oh wait, I thought you were just smiling the whole time. I thought you were doing like ventriloquism type stuff.
Sometimes I stick my tongue out to you when I'm talking to you. Or,
no wonder why. No wonder why your girlfriend stayed with you that long. I mean, look at that tongue.
Yeah.
No, wait, no wonder why she calls you daddy.
Here's my biggest issue with Ezra Miller. Before any of that happened, I did not like the way that he played the Flash in Batman vs. Superman. That was just stupid. That cameo that he had was horrible. The CGI in that was trash. Then you have in Justice League both versions of it, which I'll get to a different part of that in a second. Both versions of it, he was a whiny, bitchy brat that was just stupid. And I could not stand the fact that, why do you want to join the Justice League? Well, I need friends. Like, really? Really? And that was Zack Snyder's direction. That was in both cuts. So, like, you can't even say that that was like a Joss Whedon thing. And then the only other movie I believe I've ever seen this guy in is the Harry Potter stories.
Yeah.
Crimes of Grindelwald, Fantastic Beasts, and he didn't do any acting. He did no acting. He stood there on the screen as this quiet orphan boy, and everyone was like, well, he did phenomenal in Fantastic Beasts. I'm like, he didn't do anything. The best part that he did was destroy the whole city, and he didn't have to act that because that was all CGI, and there was no acting involved. He wasn't even there. And I'm just like...
Do you want to know the story of Ezra Miller? Because it sounds like you do. So
I feel like this is going to be like an hour long.
No, it will be a few minutes. I can't say for sure.
2 hours later.
But I know why people feel this way, because apparently he's very well sought after in Hollywood for his looks. He's
not that good looking.
My point exactly. So, but this is not me who's saying this.
Wait, no. Wait, doesn't Ezra Miller go by they?
Yes, they them.
Sorry,
right.
They.
So we're not talking about his day. We're talking about they. You understand? His bosses, the days, not him. The days. So we're on the days, which is the boss.
Days.
Wait. 2 days.
Ezra's people.
Yeah,
and
too many days.
I can totally understand why some people think, or why it's his looks. I don't think it's because he's attractive. I think it's because he fits that gothy high school like clique version of that, like that person that everyone knew in high school, but no one really wanted to talk to.
This generation.
Yeah, he looks like
who he is.
He looks like Justin Long.
And this is why he gets the roles that he gets, because kids like this come along once in a generation, and they're not the best actors. They just got that certain look that appeals to a wide audience. Male, female, gay, straight, whatever you want to label yourself. Gorillas, they're all attracted to this guy. That's what it comes down to.
The gorilla community is not attracted to Ezra Miller.
The more attractive you are in Hollywood, of course, you look at. Let's just go through the list of who are the most successful people in Hollywood, and then you'll see they usually are the
True.
best looking people. They
Ryan
are the
Reynolds.
nicest
And they never
men.
age. Paul Rudd.
Right.
Paul
Listen,
Rudd's
like,
not really that attractive, but everybody wants to be him, and everybody wants him in their movies.
because Paul Rudd is the guy, is the little engine who could.
Yes.
He's the average guy that could be on the cover
Yep.
of the sexiest man alive.
Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And
not?
again, these are the actors that we're mentioning right now are actors that fit into a specific niche of a role.
Mhm.
Like Pedro Pascal has not played the same character
Yeah.
every single time, but he's played a character that looks very similar to how he looks in real life. Same
He's
with
daddy.
I'm blanking on the name. Who played Miguel O'Hara?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
He's not very attractive, but he fits that role of badass. He played Miguel very well. He played Poe Dameron amazingly. And then you put him in Moon Knight, and by God, he got every single version of Moon Knight perfect, in my opinion. And then same thing with
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler's very
Wait, how do I know all these guys?
Exactly. How
Gerard
do
Butler
you,
is a
Alex?
very attractive man. But
He's
again,
got all
wait.
his posters on the wall.
Wait, no, I have the 300 poster
Yeah, the
of him
300
shirtless and that Speedo.
Yeah, you took the word
This
out.
is smarter.
these are actors that fit those roles and can be cast in multiple different versions of the same role. Like Gerard Butler always plays a badass, whether it's Secret Service badass, Spartan badass, or a gamer
Badass,
badass.
though.
Like,
Wait, he was a gamer?
Yeah, the movie gamer. Jesus,
Yep.
man, where you been?
I don't
If
think I
you-
heard that.
if you have not seen Gamer, it is definitely a movie to watch.
Alex, you
It
have
is
homework
so
to do.
interesting.
Well, I'm gonna look that up
Gamer.
right now.
Watch
It's a
it.
horrible movie, but it's
I
like
swear, we
it's
should
one of
do a
those movies
show
that's
on
so bad
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on
He gets
Netflix.
his
I don't have
own show.
Netflix.
you're gonna love it.
Don't worry, man. I'm gonna give you my Netflix account. Okay?
Yes, finally.
The code is ready. The Spider's Lair. Copying it down. The Spider's Lair. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you put the 1, 2, 3, 4 in. If you leave any
Watch
of those
it.
numbers out, it would not.
Watch it. It's
I
unique
guarantee
because you have
Spires
to.
Lair is only doing this right now because password sharing is not a thing with Netflix.
Yes.
Wait,
I
no.
He just wants
heard.
to-
I don't know. I
No,
heard
no.
it was
It
trying to
says
stop
that
it.
1, 2, 3, 4 is actually spelled out. It's not the symbols. It's the actual words.
No, it's the number 1, 2. You see, now everybody has it. Come on, man. I gotta change my password again.
Again?
Again,
Well-
Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, that's why
the
I'm
6
always here.
people watching now are getting Netflix for free.
Wait, no, we don't know his
They stopped
username.
watching us. They stopped watching us, and they're watching Orange
Wait,
is
wait.
the New Black now.
Wait, we don't know his username though. We only know the password.
Hey, I can't give you everything. Come on, man. Figure out the rest of it. I gave you most of everything. You can do
Gorillas
it.
matter, Spires Lair. You need
Just
to
text them offline, Alex.
Gorilla
Huh?
size matter. Don't worry. I'll text you later. Don't worry.
So here's what I heard about the CGI in the Flash.
It was phenomenal.
It was done that way. Like Andy Muschietti said, it was done that way because you're seeing it in Flash time, but it's like the Flash is running fast. His fast running looks like you and me walking. It's not this big blur because he's seeing it in his own time. Like his vision doesn't go slow just because he's running fast.
What happens to him in this state is that he can literally just freeze everything and move in this space in his own discretion. Meaning that he is so fast from what the movie showed that he moves faster than the speed of light for sure. He can move like it's infinitesimal how fast he is. He's so fast that he can literally stop time. That if he goes at a certain momentum, he can make time still. And if he goes fast enough, he goes faster than the speed of light. That's how he starts running backwards in time.
Wait, can he go back in time like Superman by running around the opposite direction of the Earth?
No.
No, he
teleportation.
doesn't. No, he doesn't even
No, that
need
would
that.
kill
He goes
everyone on
beyond
Earth.
that. No. He uses when
That
when
would not
he
be good.
What?
when
So
he
Superman lied to me?
no.
Yes,
Superman. That's how
very much
Superman
so.
does it. But
Dang.
The Flash doesn't exist like that. When he's up to that kind of speed, he accesses the Speed Force. Only Speed
Yeah.
could access this. Not even Superman can access the Speed Force.
Dang.
It's
So I
You
can't
just
believe
say
Superman lied.
Wonder Woman and Superman, they're fast, but they are not speedsters. And I'm sick and tired of people putting them into the speedster category. That is.
I mean, he can race Flash. Like if the Flash wanted to use like 1% of his speed in a real race, the Flash and Superman. If the Flash used 2% of his speed, he would do Superman. Superman can travel and make time go backwards, but he can't travel faster than time. He can't outrun time.
The only reason he can beat Ezra Miller's version of Flash, in my opinion, in Justice League, is because Ezra Miller is still in the training stages of who he is as the Flash. He doesn't know his full potential.
Like in the first one, that's why he's annoying. But in the second one, you could see. He's actually becoming into his own. I can't believe I'm actually saying it like I'm defending this dude, but I'm telling you what I like about the movie. So sorry, I gotta call it both ways. I can't be biased. It's totally unbiased. He literally, like, as an older person, realizes how much of a jerk he was when he was younger, and trying to teach his younger self. I know why you're doing this. You wanted friends. You're insecure. You wanted attention. We get that. We're older now. We mastered what we can do. We want to teach you so that you have a fighting chance. Because he runs back to the point in time where he literally gets to the day that he becomes a Flash. That's the day he becomes a Flash, when he meets his younger self.
So
I did like that dynamic because it did show that the Flash was maturing. And the CGI parts that I didn't like were everything that was in the freaking field with Zod. Disgusting. I mean, like, it wasn't even like a real, like the freaking CW Kryptonians were way better looking than these guys. And here's something that they may not point out in the movie that I'm going to point out that I noticed, and this is something that's very important. He bodied Kryptonians in that movie. He did. He literally was running up and uppercutting them. Boom, boom, bam. Now, they can move fast, but they're not speedsters, like you said.
Yeah.
They can adjust to him, but it doesn't matter, because if they adjust to his speed, he could just turn it up and go faster. Then they have to play catch-up again and adjust to his speed again. There was a point in the movie where he kept doing the move over and over again, running through the shit millions and millions of times until I guess he succeeded. Millions of times, doesn't matter. He's a speedster. He can always go back in time. It's kind of like a Kang kind of thing, but without the intentions of Kang.
But is that lazy writing?
No, because the way they also set it up with him was they also showed you that he could have became an evil son of a bitch.
Okay.
And then it goes to show you, the stress of what time travel can do, multiversal travel. Like, you tried to correct something that, like, what do they say? If you keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, that is the pure definitional sign of insanity.
Which makes sense.
He went insane because he tried to do the same thing. He tried to prevent something over and over again and still got the same outcome. It was about trying to save Supergirl.
Andy Muschietti can say all day long that it was because of his own vision. But everyone else in the CGI community, and you can back me up on this, has said and came out flat that it is because they basically, what the studio does is they say, okay, here's how many shots we need, and take a bid on these amount of shots. Okay, 2,000 shots. What are you going to bid? They take the lowest bidder, obviously, because they're trying to save money, especially on a $200 million budget. And then they go with the lowest bidder, and then they say, okay, one shot might have this, and this in it, and another shot might only have this. But you're still bidding for that one shot, even if it has 7 million elements in it going on. And then on top of those 2,000 shots, you have a week to do it.
Yeah.
So, and this isn't just a DC problem. This is also a Marvel problem. We've seen that with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. We saw it with Across the Spider-Verse, where there was a bunch of people who actually quit because they couldn't keep up and they didn't want to keep up with the demand. And people have actually said that there's no way that Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out next year. which I seriously hope that's not true, but I can see that being the case, especially with a strike happening in a few days, as well as all the other stuff. But it's not the fact that this was done on purpose. It's the fact that the CGI artists cannot meet the deadlines that these studios are coming out with. And that's one of the biggest reasons why Kevin Feige backed off the gas pedal and said, we're going to do less projects instead of more.
Not only that, what you're saying is totally true. But when it comes to these projects, right, that are, I don't know how to describe it. I won't say that they're failing, but what they're doing is, I don't know, they're just not reaching the core audience correctly. I'm trying, like, I'm looking at the last couple of films that have been made, and we could go right up to the end of Phase 4. Okay, like, I just feel like for some reason, with the CGI, even back then, and this is under Kathleen Kennedy and all these other people who run Disney and Star Wars, this is, like you said, this is an industry problem. Okay, with this movie, they had multiple reshoots. Now, what you said is true. That's why they bid on such a big lot. Because guess what? Now, you got a week to do this shot, but we're going to do a reshoot. Oh, take care of this scene too. You don't even know half the time what you're getting. One of the guys that were editing on that film reached out to another CGI brother of mine, and he told him exactly like this. There's a part in the movie where Batman's jumping out of the Batwing. It's nighttime when they're going up in the air. He said when he got that shot, he had no idea what the hell he was supposed to be rendering. What he was supposed to be doing was putting the Batwing inside the moon. But he didn't know. They didn't tell him anything. They just showed him the render. This is added in. And he was like, what? They gave you no time to... They didn't even give him instructions. They just gave him these clips and said, this is what we want rendered. But they didn't tell him what they wanted rendered. And this is one example on that movie of many, many reshoots. So you're a CGI person, and you are already the lowest bidder, so, you know, they're getting what they're paying for. They want to save money over quality. I always say, you know, I want the most experienced person. I'm not trying to save money. I'm trying to make a quality product. I want the best people, but that's not their mentality. Their mentality is save money by wasting money, by doing projects that are not going to make money to begin with, no matter what you do to them. You're just fooling yourselves. If everybody's sitting here, like, we're going a little off topic, but if everybody's sitting here with the sound of my voice thinks that this next Star Wars with the Ray that comes out is going to be a mega hit, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be disappointed to see just how atrociously bad this movie is going to be dunked on. Because with Skywalker, the Rise of Skywalker, and all those movies, you got to understand, there was still hope that Luke was supposed to take his rightful place into the council and become the one who puts the balance back in order. But you hear her two new stories. She has an apprentice of two of them, a male and a female. And of course, the female's the more stronger one. So it's like now this female is going to make, what's up? This female is going to remake the. In other words, you're changing the lore again. No one's going to like this movie. And I think this is the problem with a lot of these movies. Like, The Flash, I liked how there was no real it kind of followed the comics pretty well. I gotta say, I mean, it did follow the comics well. I just feel like with the CGI that they were doing, especially like the ones with the babies and that was the most, that was gross looking. My fiance, she does never, she listens to me and stuff talk. She doesn't go to the movies and looks at the special effects and goes, "Oh, this is good, this is bad." I never heard her say this. She says, "Look at how crappy that looks."
Yeah.
I'm like looking at her, I'm like, "You notice?" She goes, "Look at these babies. This looks so phony. What the hell? The babies don't look real. Nothing looks real. Everything's moving too weird because it's supposed to be from a class perspective." No, that's what I would say too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I knew She-Hulk was gonna bomb, I would say, "Yeah, I told all you guys. That's why it bombed." You understand? It's the same shit.
Yeah.
The same shit. So we already know. But if she's sitting there and telling me this, and I never even, I'm like, you know what's weird? We've been watching movies together for like 20-some years. I never even heard you say anything close to that. Not at all. She goes, "This is how horrible it looks." Now, this is a person, like I said, she never like what else? You know, I think it's more of a guy thing. We look at these things, the special effects, how things look. You know, it's important to us. To women, I don't think it's that important to them. But for her not to notice that it was that bad, told me, oh yeah, they really screwed up on the effects. Not in all the scenes, in most of them. There were some scenes that they did good.
Especially when this movie has been in production since 2014. How after, I mean, let's say 8 years of production. Like, be realistic. It's probably, if you started talking about 2014, it probably started shooting in 2015, and they probably ended everything in about 2022. So you're talking about 7 to 8 years of production, and you can't get the CGI to be perfect. That's a problem.
And
That
Yeah.
CGI should be so beautiful that it looks like a James Cameron movie, and I fucking hate James Cameron movies. Like,
Wait.
dude, but I love Titan.
Yeah.
I love the freaking Avatar. I gotta be honest.
Like-
I forgot everybody's name in the movie. I don't know anybody's name. It's one of those movies that you
Yes.
just be dazzled by it.
Yep.
Forget it in 10 minutes, but still have a place in your heart for it. That's what James Cameron
it's
does.
beautiful.
He
It's
entertains.
created
Yes.
beautifully. But I can't stand the storyline of actually. I started watching it with my students, and I just can't continue the movie. I got to the point where I'm probably about an hour in, and I'm like, really? We cloned him? Really?
Yeah, I
You
didn't
want
like
me to
that
believe
aspect.
that?
I didn't like that aspect that they
Yeah.
cloned the general
Yeah,
or the
they
Yeah,
commander.
like, pick a different guy.
That seemed lazy. That was like lazy writing right there.
That's horribly lazy writing. And then, oh, this is my son. The
Dude, he had
one
20
guy.
something years to
There
write
was
the
nothing
freaking
leading
sequel.
up to it at
Yeah.
all. It would have made more sense if they went with the route that I don't know, like Sigourney Weaver had the kid as an avatar, or somebody else on the planet went the kid avatar. That's more believable
Yep.
than just we cloned this dude and then boom, we have him. It's
Or
like Darth
like-
Sidious. It's like having Darth Sidious in the movies again.
Yes.
Just cloning that shit
Or
and
like-
having Rey be his granddaughter.
Jake Sully
Right,
had a kid on
exactly.
Earth, and then you tell the kid on Earth that this guy killed your father, and then your job is to go like that would be even better writing than cloning the guy that died, and then having him walk up to his lifeless skull and crushing it in his hand. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's like Stars shit right there.
Like, I looked at it and I'm just like, he's gonna crush that. Like, that's what he's gonna do. And then sure enough, I'm like, if I
And I
can
don't like-
write it, if you spent 14 years on a movie that I can literally write, that's a problem. Because I'm not a professional writer.
I didn't like it either how they made him live. They still kept him alive. It would have been better if they just kept him dead.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the second movie, I mean.
Oh, like I said, I haven't seen the whole movie. But
Oh, shit. Spoilers.
you're
Anyways.
good. I probably
He was
will
supposed to
never
die,
go back to watching it unless
but his
someone else
son
decides to
saves
watch
him.
it.
His son saves him
Yeah.
from drowning, and then he just swims
Which-
away.
Shows character development in the son, so I understand why they would do that. But again, you can't develop a character that shouldn't be alive in the first place.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
that doesn't make sense.
Like, the only reason that I could have seen bringing him back is so that he finally sees the error in his ways, and he decides to completely go against the
Yeah,
sky
like
people. Like,
him-
that would have been a good redemption story. That would have been where I would have taken it.
yeah,
But of
like
course,
him
that's
being in
not
an
what they're
avatar's
gonna do.
body. Him
Yes.
being in an actual body, learn his new way,
Yep.
like see the errors of it, the faults and everything. I mean, I would see that story. I would watch that movie over and over again. And the
I
whales
mean,
too were kind of like why?
I can't believe James Cameron has 6 of these.
Oh, they don't. It's 5. I thought it was only 5.
Oh, maybe it is only 5, but I thought he was talking about 6 or 7.
No, he only wants to do 5. I heard.
But how is he going to do that if he comes out with one every 14 years?
No.
gonna
It's gonna be
The next
he's
one's going to be
do
in
it-
the next 2 years, right?
Yeah, no, it's gonna
done
be
by,
every 2
James
years.
Cameron and AI.
He says he'll do every 2 years. Every 2 years, every December of 2 years is gonna be released.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Every 2 years, under the moonlight, on the 4th of July, on a rainstorm, in a hurricane, in the middle of a blizzard.
Every 2
Under-
years on the
Under
4th
a
of July
blood moon,
in December.
Under a blood moon.
Under the blood moon, yeah, all those stipulations. Then I'd say for sure.
Only on a year when Halloween falls on Friday the 13th.
No. Every year, like when the Olympics happen or something, like some weird shit like that. Like
Yeah.
every 4
Every 4
every
years.
every 4 years, every leap year.
Anyways, I gotta go because I'm absolutely exhausted. And I gotta wake up early in the morning.
See, you
But
said 15 minutes, and we're like at like 45 minutes.
we're roughly.
I
So
told you
I'm
I was
glad I
going to
said
keep us
15.
here.
I should have said 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming tonight. Definitely, if you're just
you for
following,
having
so I know
us.
like Cray, you just came in. Go back and check out that replay. I'm gonna
There'll
be
be
adding chapters
timestamps.
later on tomorrow. Yeah, like there will be timestamps of when to follow the conversation and whatnot. But
Literally, the conversation came into
thank you guys
play
so
in the
much.
last 10 minutes.
Yeah, go to like the 45-minute mark if you really want to talk about the CGI stuff.
Yeah.
But have a great night, everyone.
Day.
Guys, thank
Have a
you
great
for
night,
coming.
everyone. Be safe.
Thank you, everyone. Good night from the Spider's Land.
I'm from
See ya.
Gorillas.